back. Ms. Brooks for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman, and thank you so much for holding this hearing today. Mr. Broker, wonderful to have you here. If you noted in your testimony that the exponential growth of the Internet of Things, which we've talked about a bit, smart devices, wearables, and sensors, and thank you for sharing with us the issue, the new discovery and use of the digital pill will increasingly be part of the delivery of care to improve patients' lives. We've had quite a discussion also about rural America, and how do you believe that these innovations are going to have the power to bring better care, better health care to patients in rural areas? I represent rural areas as well in central Indiana, and do you have any specific examples of scenarios where 5G can improve that doctor-patient relationship and improve delivery of care in rural areas?
Absolutely. You know, there's an emerging trend, and it's increasing, and it's, you know, the notion of telemedicine, where patients don't actually have to go to a hospital or to a doctor's office, and through internet connection and other technology-enabled solutions, they can have a consult. There's robotic surgeries occurring where surgeons in completely different parts of the United States can be doing surgery in a hospital someplace else. So, you know, as I mentioned in my testimony, healthcare is going to be driven less about place and more about the connection to a healthcare system, and that doesn't necessarily need to be right next door. I mean, it's great if it is, but there are going to be technologies and solutions and innovations that are going to allow people and patients and healthcare systems and physicians to be connected in completely different ways.
Switching gears a little bit to the focus that you put on automation of manufacturing, and that 5G will result in even more automation. Some become nervous about increased automation as it relates to jobs and the people on the manufacturing floor, so to speak. And we also know automation increases speeds and efficiency of manufacturing to create these jobs. Are there any policy areas Congress should be looking at to help the workforce adapt as we continue to push and believe in, you know, the importance of implementation of 5G to the world of innovation, automation, and manufacturing? What should Congress be doing for the workforce, and how do we help the workforce adapt?
I mean, the general trend towards STEM education and enhanced STEM education, and starting early in a student's life, whether that's in grade school or high school, and getting involved in things like robotics and getting familiar with technology. You can now do biology genome experiments in 8th grade, whereas before you needed to have a PhD and be at MIT, where I went to school. These things are now possible, but it really gets back to an educated workforce, starting with the next generation, but it also means skills and developing the skills amongst the current workforce to be able to do that. I said I started off in manufacturing, and I saw lots of innovation come over my 20-plus year career. And the same debate was argued, okay, well, we're gonna get all these fancy pieces of equipment and machines to do the work. It never replaced people. At the end of the day, it still took people overseeing, managing, making sure that the machines did what they were supposed to do. But it takes an educated workforce in order to do that.
Thank you very much. I'm going to yield back my time so others can ask their questions. Thank you.
Thanks, Ms.